For decades, two neighboring communities, Pokot and Ilchamus, have been waging war against each other, with cattle, pasture and land being at the center of it. The two communities, who have long inhabited Baringo South along the shores of Lake Baringo, will frequently be at the center of attention for cattle rustling, banditry and runaway security, causing deaths. In 2007, things will take a turn. Wildlife conservation became the magic wand that ended the animosity between the two rival communities. Elders from Pokot and Ilchamus communities started Ruko Conservancy to conserve wildlife that had moved away from the area due to conflict.
When there was a lot of conflict between these two communities because of cattle rustling, banditry, and the place was abandoned. The elders sat down and said, until when could bandits colonize this area? They sat down and they said, we need to do conservation. We need to reintroduce a Rothschild giraffe, which was here initially. This was the native home, but because of conflict, because of gunshots, because of human activities, they had to move away.
The 44,000 hectares community conservancy was started with Rothschild giraffe, also known as the Baringo giraffe, which was once abundant around Lake Baringo. The numbers have been dwindling, almost facing extinction due to conflict and poaching. According to data from the Kenya Wildlife Service, there were 609 Rothschild giraffe in Kenya. In 2011, Rebe Chepchumba, Ruko Conservancy manager, tells me that they started with 8 Rothschild giraffe, giving them a safe haven in the area to repopulate.
The giraffes have been doing so well. You understand that the number for Rothschild giraffe in Kenya has been decreasing. And one of the mandates for the community is to ensure that we protect these species. It's a very unique species. It's also endangered. So from 2011 to date, there's been a lot of ownership from the community in terms of protection.
Years after the community embraced the conservation sanctuary, climate change and global warming effects will strike disaster in the safe haven for the dwindling giraffe. In 2020, heavy rains will make Lake Baringo to swell, cutting off a section of Ruko Conservancy into an island, which was giraffes' favorite chilling area. Longcharo Island, which is part of Ruko Conservancy, trapped the giraffes where again they were endangered due to lack of food, attack from pythons and threats of poaching.
Since the introduction of Rothschild giraffe, we've seen a number of changes in terms of Lake Baringo, rising water due to climate change, and Ruko giraffe were trapped in Longcharo Island. Initially it wasn't an island, but because of the water that kept rising, they were trapped. So we reached out to community, we reached out to the partners to ensure that we save them from the disappearing island. So 2019 we started the process, and by 2021 we were able to translocate 9 giraffes from island.
About 8 giraffes were trapped at Longcharo Island. Their lives were endangered. The two tribes sought to tow the tallest animal from the island to the mainland.
I'll say a difficult moment because we were doing for the first time. And getting giraffe into the boat, transporting all the way from island to mainland was exciting. At the same time, it was nervous experience. So we translocated successfully with the help of KWS, with the help of NRT, with the help of other partners, the expert. And right now, the last translocation we did was 2021 for 9 giraffes, and right now we have 14 in number. That means that it was really a right time to ensure that we move them out of the island.
All these conservancy efforts are concerted from community members to conservation groups and rangers. Peter, who is hinged to the Conservancy courtesy of the Linda Twige initiative, says Ruko Conservancy has given the community living in the area a new lease of life by enhancing peace.
Kabla sijaajiriwa nikakuwa na hiyo mwito na pia kukaribia kuangalia vile wanakaa, vile wanakula, mpaka nikakuwa nikiwa natembelea kupenda kwenda kukaa hapo. Ndiposa hiyo wakati ajira ya kuajiriwa wakati wa Ruko kwa kutangaza kuna nafasi ya kuajiriwa kwa hiyo timu ya tukaulizi, nikaona ni nafasi nzuri kwangu mimi juu niko na hiyo passion ya kulinda hao wanyama.
He however discloses that during drought season, the much-enjoyed peace is threatened by pastoralists who might migrate to the area in search of water and pasture. It even risks the life of the wild animals in the sanctuary.
Challenge nyingine ni wakati ya kiangazi watu wanahama kutoka mbali, ambayo giraffe ni mnyama wanapenda kuzoea wale wanakuanga wanatembea nao. So wakiona watu wanatoka mbali ama ile wako na nguo tofauti, inasikia inakaa naokopa, inaanza kukimbia. Hiyo ndio challenge ambayo tunaona Twika anakuanga naye, hiyo challenge ya watu intruders kuingia sanctuary, na pia hiyo kiangazi, hiyo ndio main challenge.
For Charles Lengatai, a ranger, the conservancy based few meters from the shores of Lake Baringo has been a blessing for his family as it gave him a livelihood opportunity. For years now, it has been a routine for him to rise early in the morning to do wildlife patrol and monitoring the wild animals, especially giraffes, who have now become his friends.
Pia movement yao unajua bado hawajazoea hii sana, kwa sababu njusi ndio tumeileta. Hata kuna sai mahali bado hawajafikia kukanyanga kwa area kwa conservancy ndani. So kwa hivyo lakini challenge yao sana ni hao wahamiaji wakiingia hapo ndani. Hiyo ndio challenge kubwa sana wako nayo.
Lengatai emphasizes that on the mainland, the Rothschild giraffe has been able to reproduce, increase more members to the dwindling species. Income derived from the conservancy, from tourists and other well-wishers, has been used to spur development in the area that has been marginalized for a long time.
For Ilchamus and Pokot communities, the Ruko Conservancy has been a beacon of hope by providing coexistence for the two warring communities that have fought for many years. The only hope is that external forces and influences do not affect this particular initiative that is harboring not only peaceful coexistence but also wildlife conservation. Irene Mwangi for Capital News in Tiati, Baringo County.